Can you imagine your own daughters being part of a bride market? In Bulgaria, in a little explored region of the Balkans, an annual ritual takes place that intrigues and shocks, the controversial bride market of the Kaladzi Roma. At this fascinating yet unsettling event, families present their daughters to potential husbands, who often engage in intense competition over marriage terms and dowries, even when the brides are extremely young. For many Europeans, this practice is shocking as it starkly contrasts with the norms observed throughout most of the continent. The Kaladzi are a proud subgroup of the Roma community, renowned for their nomadic lifestyle and exceptional copper craftsmanship. Over generations, they have maintained practices that defy political and social pressures. The bride market exemplifies this cultural resilience, but also rekindles debates about how far tradition can go without infringing on individual rights. While reinforcing group identity, this custom raises concerns about the autonomy of young women and deeply questions societal views on marriage. Year after year, the controversial bride market of the Kaladzi challenges 21st century ideals. Here, virginity plays a pivotal role, acting as a critical passport that determines marriage agreements and shapes the futures of these young girls. To understand why this custom persists, it's essential to uncover the layers of preparation for these young women, the economic negotiations that fuel the market, and, above all, the family beliefs that sustain this tradition. Among the Kaladzi, female purity is seen as a symbol of prestige, which justifies the emphasis on rituals that preserve it. Young women inherit teachings passed down through generations, learning behaviors and ways of presenting themselves, always with marriage looming on the horizon. This process sparks debates about tradition, autonomy, and how each new generation accepts or challenges the rules imposed on them. The bride market takes place in public spaces and open-air settings, bringing together families eager to uphold traditions and secure marriage pacts. Young women, adorned in dazzling attire, are presented to potential suitors while their relatives negotiate critical details that go beyond mere festivity. In these agreements, dowries play a vital role, encompassing financial transactions that reflect both economic necessities and the symbolic value of marriage. Despite being deeply rooted in ancestral rights, the bride market sparks controversy in an era where human rights, personal autonomy, and gender equality garner increasing global attention. Many critics argue that this practice risks treating women as negotiable commodities, severely undermining their freedom of choice and perpetuating profound injustices. Thus, the tradition faces an urgent dilemma: to preserve itself as a cultural legacy, or adapt to modern values and the demands of a constantly evolving society. Criticism of the bride market often overlooks the profound context in which this practice thrives, and the vital role it plays for the Kaladzi people. For this community, the event goes far beyond mere financial agreements. It symbolizes the continuity of traditions, strengthens family bonds, and protects an invaluable identity within Bulgaria's broader cultural landscape. Many young people see the bride market as an opportunity to find a partner who shares their values, customs, and a lifestyle aligned with their cultural heritage. The Kaladzi Roma, a subgroup of the Roma population in Bulgaria, have built their history through centuries of challenges and displacement, creating a culture distinct from both other Roma communities and Bulgarian society itself. Understanding this market requires appreciating this trajectory and recognizing how these customs preserve the unique essence that makes the Kaladzi a symbol of resilience and pride. The fearless Kaladzi, once celebrated as masters of copper artistry, excelled in a craft that sustained their itinerant spirit. From this ancestral practice emerged a strong community network, close-knit yet marginalized by neighboring populations. After the fall of Bulgaria's communist regime, turbulent industrial changes forced many to seek new sources of income. Despite these challenges, they take pride in protecting customs they deem vital, such as the iconic bride market. In a socio-economic context, the Kaladzi occupy a notable position. Although often perceived as more affluent compared to other Roma communities, their courageous efforts to establish businesses and diversify investments do not shield them from the struggles that many Roma across Europe face. Discrimination, social exclusion, and harsh poverty still permeate their daily lives, highlighting the stark contrast between their apparent prosperity and the persistent obstacles they endure. The intense challenges faced by the Kalaidzi have a direct impact on the bride market, a space where strong traditions intertwine with financial pressures. Maintaining virginity before marriage and favoring arranged unions embody deep-rooted community values passed down from ancestors who fought to preserve their heritage. Their unique language, iconic attire, and social rules solidify the identity of this proud group, even as they face judgment from a rapidly changing society. The bride market goes far beyond simply bringing couples together. It reflects the Kalaidzi's historical journey, showcasing their economic adaptability while honoring a legacy that has endured countless changes. Though it adapts to the country's demands, the event remains deeply tied to the community's way of life. Amid lively celebrations, negotiations, and exchanges, it becomes clear how the bride market preserves the essence that connects past and present, ensuring Kalaidzi traditions live on through each new generation. Preparing young Kalaidzi Roma women for the bride market involves several steps deeply rooted in the community's traditions and values. It's not just about refining appearances, but about receiving a rich cultural education that blends practical skills with valuable guidance on societal expectations. This combination ensures that each young woman confidently takes on the significant responsibilities of marriage and becomes a cornerstone of her family. For the Kalaidzi, virginity and purity are unshakable pillars. Far from being merely physical conditions, they represent family honor and the group's moral integrity. From an early age, girls learn that preserving virginity is crucial, not just for their chances of marriage, but also for their family's reputation within the community. Additionally, this factor increases the financial value of the union, reinforcing the power of these customs. Purity remains deeply embedded in Kalaidzi life, becoming a non-negotiable prerequisite for the bride market. Kalaidzi girls grow up immersed in values that combine a rich cultural heritage with the demands of contemporary life. While attending school, they also master essential domestic tasks early on, such as cooking, sewing, and caring for their families. This comprehensive preparation supports their future roles as wives and mothers, equipping them to handle daily challenges and foster strong family bonds. At the same time, they absorb the group's traditions, ensuring that these precious roots remain alive across generations. As the bride market approaches, all eyes turn to the young women's presentation. Traditional outfits, often richly embroidered and vibrant, highlight Kalaidzi identity while maintaining a sense of modesty. At this moment, appearance serves as a symbol of family prestige and a testament to their preparation for marriage. Beyond the visual, this mode of presentation reflects a commitment to preserving cultural roots and showcasing each family's standing within the community. While perfecting their appearance, the young women dive into the social norms and unique customs of the bride market. This training includes learning how to communicate with potential suitors and their families, how to exchange information, and how to express confidence and poise. It's not just about being present. It's about mastering body language and understanding the dynamics of those around them, skills that go beyond simply attending the event. Another critical aspect is the emotional and psychological preparation leading up to this moment. The girls are encouraged to face the expectations placed on them as they leave their parents' home, particularly regarding their new family. Wise women from the community share life stories, address doubts, and offer guidance on navigating the challenges of this transition. The bride market typically takes place once a year in the spring, in vibrant open spaces where large groups gather. It's an event marked by music, lively conversations, and agreements, where joy intersects with the purpose of finding future couples. The bride market perpetuates centuries-old traditions that inspire pride and fascination across generations. One of its key rituals is the display of young women in traditional attire, an unmistakable sign of readiness for marriage. More than mere aesthetics, these outfits reveal a cultural legacy and highlight each family's prestige within the community. Amid music and dance performances, the Kalaidzi's roots flourish, creating an atmosphere where their ancestral heritage shines brightly. When families arrive at the event, Their daughters are dressed in special clothes and adorned with jewelry reserved for this unique moment. The presentation is lively. The young women interact with potential suitors, showcase their social confidence, and in some cases demonstrate talents like singing or dancing. This valuable gathering gives both sides a chance to discover shared interests and envision meaningful unions. During the event, the atmosphere buzzes with anticipation as potential suitors and the young women's families come together for a crucial moment. When a suitor expresses interest in a particular girl, they engage in intense conversations with her relatives, exchanging views and clarifying mutual expectations. Typically, the oldest and most respected members of the community take charge, ensuring that traditions are followed and mutual respect is upheld. Once a suitor and his family decide to move forward, meticulous negotiations begin regarding the dowry. This process considers not only the young woman's skills and reputation, but also the economic situation of both families. Often prolonged, these discussions involve detailed talks and possible adjustments until a mutually beneficial agreement is reached. Each step carries significant emotional weight as it seeks to preserve family honor, strengthen lasting bonds, and ensure collective well-being. The dowry, often perceived as a financial exchange, holds deep symbolic meaning, connecting families and ranging from a notable $500 to $1,500. This age-old practice is a cornerstone of the Kalaidze Roma bride market, but it also raises concerns about human rights and highlights how such traditions can pressure young women's freedom of choice. At the heart of the debate are issues of consent and autonomy. During negotiations, families exert strong influence, raising questions about how much control the girls truly have over their futures. For some, this ritual celebrates culture and community cohesion. For others, it sparks fears of being trapped with limited options. Within the Kalaidze community, young women experience the bride market in profoundly different ways. For many, this custom marks an essential step toward adulthood, reinforcing values passed down through generations. They view the event as an opportunity to honor traditions and uphold cultural identity, while also grappling with thoughts about choice and independence. At the same time, growing unease among many young women reflects concerns about how this custom aligns with modern discussions on women's rights and autonomy. They call for the freedom to choose their partners, prioritizing emotional connections over arrangements driven by economic or social interests. These diverging perspectives show that the community is at a critical crossroads. On one side, some families remain committed to preserving an age-old way of celebrating marriages. On the other, there is growing momentum for relationships defined by personal choice, suggesting that the tradition could evolve and find new ways to coexist with an ever-changing world. In the Kalaidze community, the bride market sparks heated debates. Some see it as a vital link to the past, while others question its compatibility with personal autonomy and freedom of choice. In certain cases, tensions become so intense that young women choose to break family ties to escape the ritual, prompting reflection on the enduring power of this tradition. While not a universal phenomenon, the decision by some young women to reject the traditional bride market is drawing increasing attention. These choices challenge old norms and inspire intense discussions about the relevance of a custom that, for many, ensures the future of their daughters and reinforces cultural bonds. However, others see the practice as a way to profit, fueling disputes and creating friction within the community. For families that uphold this custom, the pressure on their daughters can be immense. The bride market is not limited to financial transactions or marriage arrangements. It represents deep social dynamics and collective expectations. In this context, young women often have little room to voice their preferences or seek alternatives, leading to conflicts and perpetuating cultural barriers. The debate over maintaining this tradition remains far from reaching a consensus, reflecting the wide diversity of opinions in contemporary society. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more impactful content, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments about the Kalaidze bride market. We'd love to hear your perspective on this tradition and the possible transformations it might face in the future.